Hi, welcome to High Road to You. And I want to share this story. This is Mark Stouffer. My sister called me and she was so excited to tell me that a friend of ours, has lost like 30 pounds. And a good friend of mine, Rich, I introduced him to my sister. He went to the doctor and, pre-diabetic and wasn't happy about his weight, wasn't happy about his health, obviously. And just felt really discouraged, that it had gotten to this point. And, I introduced him to my sister because I said, look, she struggled with weight her whole life and she just decided. And I want to say that let's not make it more complicated than it really is, right? So I said, you're going to get on a nutritional diet. And I'm going to tell you today, it's easier today than it was in the past. Today, if you go to a restaurant, you look at a vegetarian menu, it's awesome. It's amazing, the selection that you have. When you go to the store, do you stick to the outer aisles, the fruits and the vegetables? And preparing vegetarian meals is incredible today, with the spices and the seasonings and all the the mix of fruits and the vegetables. And then you don't have to be legalistic. I love sushi. I love a good seared ahi tuna, right? But it's probably 10% of my diet now. And what blows me away, if you haven't seen the documentary, The Game Changers, Arnold Schwarzenegger opens it up. If you've seen, Pumping Iron, they go to the restaurant and they're just eating pounds of meat and they're just gorging on meat. That was marketing. That was just, audience engagement, for that movie. It went viral. But I thought back then that that's what you had to do to get big and bulk out. And I was training pretty seriously back then, and I was eating a ton of meat, and no wonder I was feeling tired all the time and bogged down. And Arnold Schwarzenegger, opens up, he goes, I don't, eat meat. That's marketing, right? And it just blew me away. It really did. I'm excited today that I'm enjoying the journey of being, 90% vegetarian. And, with that, my buddy, has taken on a new nutritional diet, and then he's being physically and socially active. And my sisters, they're going on walks and all these things. And so they're in training together to maintain what she's been able to do. She's feeling amazing. And she's like, this is my new life now. And now it's his new life. And it's not a diet, right? It's a new way of life. And, I tell people you don't have to join a gym. I love my gym because of the network of people that I get to train with. I'm in a cycling class and, I'm drenched in sweat, and I can't wait, to get there. I get there early to get a bike. If you don't, you're not get there soon enough, you don't get a bike because it's limited to the amount of bikes there, and people come in the room and they're like, okay, showed up too late, not going to get a bike. That's how popular it is. Now, that might resonate with some people. Some people are like, oh, spin. No, not me. Not going to do it. And I thought the same thing, and then I did it. And I love it. And then I started training for a cycling event. I never thought about, being in an event, but I'm, 51 miles and climbing hills and training up against guys that are in their 60s, 70s that are passing me like I'm sitting still. It's inspiring. It truly is. And so with that, you're constantly kind of navigating this journey with people that are healthy mindsets and just have gone, through their life journey, and been quite successful. And I think that's the foundation truly that helps anybody go through life, because as the storms come, it gives you resiliency. It gives you a foundation. If you get injured, it helps you overcome that injury faster if you're healthy. And to be healthy and to enjoy the journey is absolutely available to most people, right? I don't know where you're listening to this, but I'm pretty confident if you're living in the Western culture, there's a lot of opportunities out there to get away from the screen as much as possible, eat healthy, get out there, be physically and socially active every day. Meetup.com is a great resource. You don't have to join a gym. There's walking groups, there's hiking groups, there's, meditation groups. Check it out and just be active and enjoy life. Hope this message finds you well.
I thank you for watching this content, and most importantly, for being inspired and encouraged to take action. Nothing happens without action. I would highly recommend that you meditate every day as you walk, as you are being social in your environments, as you're nutritionally healthy, to manifest what will make a difference in your life. Share how you overcame, the dramas and the toxicity of your life, not just holding yourself accountable, but holding other people accountable. And boundaries are constant, never ending. For every new level, there's a new devil. And you're constantly going to have to put boundaries on yourself and others and be accountable. Be accountable. So I hope that the content inspired you, encouraged you. There's a lot of links, a lot of resources that will help you overcome, build a foundation, and take the actions. Share your comments. Share your successes. Share those milestones, as small as they might be. And with that, I hope this message finds you well.